Hello, good evening, and welcome to TV3 at this time. On the Sunday, the situation around North Ridge is exactly the Coconut Grove Hotels area. We understand the building there is on fire, and our reporter Selom Amenya is there. Selom, good evening, and if you can hear me, come online and tell us what exactly is the situation there and what is happening.
Yeah. Okay, so, okay. We are going on air. Okay, so we are here at the premises of the Coconut Grove Regency Hotel here in Accra. And as you all know, this fire outbreak started about some hour ago. And the fire service, they are here and trying to ensure that they douse this fire. But I am telling you that when you enter the premises, there is this structure. Hello?
We can hear you. Yeah, go on.
Yes, when you enter, there is this structure on your right-hand side that houses the GN Bank and also the BTA TV station. And we are told that the fire started from the television station and it has actually swept through some offices. One thing is that this structure, the top of it, it's all a wooden structure. And because of that, it has generated some very thick black smoke and making it difficult for the fire service to control the fire. But as we hear, they are working hard to ensure that they douse this fire.
Yes, Selom, have you recorded any incidents yet? Hello, Selom, can you hear me? Hello, Salam.
Well, so far as casualties are concerned, we've not recorded any casualty. The fire itself looks a little bit smaller, but because of the thickness and the darkness of the smoke, it is very difficult to even know where the fire actually is. All we are seeing is a very thick black smoke over here, and I believe it is because the structure is wooden.
Well, you're watching TV3, and as you can see on your screens, I can see some fire burning in a window, and it's really a hot fire, and we can see also some thick smoke, and that is supposed to be the Coconut Grove Hotel, which also houses the BTA TV station, and also GN Bank, as we were told by our reporter Selom Amenya, who is on the premises right now. And if the records are straight, then we know that these three organizations or companies that I've mentioned belong to Dr. Papakwesi Ndwom, and they are located at the North Ridge area in Accra, near the Veterans Association of Ghana offices. And as you can see on your television station, well, I can see some fire officers trying to bring down the fire, some bystanders as well, and some uniformed policemen around the area. Our reporter there is Selom Amenya. People are trying to get away from the situation. Others are also just stunned by it, and they are discussing whatever it is happening there. We will get back to Selom Amenya and for him to bring us more details, and where we can see a fire tender. We can see a fire tender in your shots, and I'm sure they are all trying to bring the situation under control. But Selom, if you can hear me, it looks as if you got into some scuffle there. What exactly happened?
Yeah, hello, Isa.
Yeah, Selom, what happened? Tell us.
I believe that the fire service, the tenders have run out of water, and so they are leaving the premises to get some more water. That is what is happening here. And you know, they have this pack that can go up into the sky about 125 feet. The unfortunate
what
thing
is
is that
happening?
this truck cannot have access into the hotel because the entrance, the space at the entrance is small. The truck cannot enter. And as you can see now, the fire is now growing bigger and bigger, all in the midst of the smoke. And it is rather an unfortunate situation here. The fire is now growing bigger and bigger.
The entrance is small. The truck cannot enter.
Well, that's our reporter Selob Amenya, who is on the premises of Coconut Grove Hotel, where the building, we are told, is on fire, and as you can see some flames right there. And it looks as if the situation has not been brought under control yet. You can see some fire tenders in your shots. I'm sure they're all working hard, trying to bring the situation under control. And the people are getting away from the situation. You can see some military or uniformed men on your screen. I think they look more like police officers, and also some security guys. Yes, the fire is still burning. And Salom will bring us more as soon as he's able to gather more information. And you're watching this scene live on TV3, and it's a breaking news situation. And as you can see on your screen, it's a thick smoke billowing into the skies, and it's very difficult for the fire officers there, who are doing their best to trying to bring the situation under control. All right, Salam, if you can hear us again, what more can you tell us about the situation?
Yes, we have been asked to leave the premises because let us not forget that this premises also has some gas installations. So they have to ensure that they put this under control so that it does not get to the section where the kitchen is, the restaurant is, where they have gas cylinders and then LPG gas available. That is what is happening now. The security men here, together with the fire service, are encouraging all of us to move away from the fire because it looks like they've run out of water, so they are all looking on helpless. Lisa.
Thank you, Salam. And as you've been told, where the BTA TV station is located in that building, so there are a lot of electrical and gadgets in that building. It's a GN bank, a lot of computers also in there, contain a lot of data and information. And it is a hotel. There may be gas cookers as well in that building, and mattresses and all kinds of things in that situation. So it's not going to be easy for the fire officers. They're doing their best at the moment. As our reporter told us, they've been asked to move away from the premises to give the fire officers the opportunity to bring the fire under control. So we will be winding up right now. Salam, we're grateful for this report. I'm sure you're not going to move away exactly from the building. You're going to stay a little bit away, and you keep an eye on what is happening. We may come back to you for an update. You're still watching this breaking news situation on TV3, and it's the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra, which is under fire now, which is caught fire, and you can see the flames in your shot, and you can see the
fire now.
thick.
It looks like they have gotten to the back. It is so close to the kitchen, and it is rather unfortunate. I think that this incident should serve as a lesson to all of us. And there should be a quick audit of facilities like this, the entrance. Because if there is an entrance and then in case of fire, the tender cannot enter the premises, I think it is rather unfortunate, Lisa.
Yes, thank you, Salam Amenya. We understand the fire officer, Bill Nagalate, is making his way towards the place. Keep an eye there and keep him in the news. And I'm sure we will be able to get some more angle of the story from how he as a professional will also see the situation. And viewers, if you can see on your screen, I'm sure you can see the smoke and fire, and it is the Coconut Group Hotels in Accra which has caught fire. There are a lot of fire tenders. At least I've seen not less than 2 of them in our shots. They are trying to bring the fire under control, but we understand it is a difficult situation. So the people who have gathered there, the occupants and some workers and also some people who are just moving around, have been asked to leave the premises to give the fire officers the opportunity to put the fire out or to bring it under control. You can see it is a difficult situation, and as you can see the scene on your shots, this is really hot fire. You're watching news. This is not News 360. I mean, you're watching. It's a breaking news situation, and it is the Coconut Group Hotel in Accra, located around the North Ridge area near the offices of the Veterans Association of Ghana offices. It's not far away from that building, and we understand it also harbors the BTA television station, the GN Bank, and also the Coconut Grove Hotel. That is the place where there's a fire now, and some fire officers and tenders have moved to the place to try and bring the situation under control. We've been speaking to our correspondent, Salom Amenya, who has brought us a lot of updates on what is happening. We also understand the fire officer, Billy Anaglate, is making his way to the place to try and control and direct to make sure they bring the fire under control. And Salam, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. So we would like to find out, have you seen Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom around? Because the property there is his property. Those are his businesses.
Hello, sir. Can you come again?
I'm asking if you have spotted Dr. Indom around.
Not at all. Not at all. We've only seen some workers at the security personnel, that is the hotel security, around. And now the fire is actually out of hand, and it is a difficult situation. We counted 4 of the fire tenders, including the one that could go all the way 125 feet into the air, and I believe that all their water is gone, so they have to leave the services and then go fill up and come back. So now everyone is doing here is waiting on the fire service, Peter.
Yeah, Salam, we also know there's a fire station, service station, not far away from that, just closer to Osu, getting to the Dankwa runabout. Is that where the fire tenders are coming from?
Yes, I am sure, and I believe that one also came from the Flagstaff House, Peter.
Right. Salam, you seem to be taking your shot from far away. How many people can you count around you?
Well, with the security personnel, we can count about 20 police officers here, and we also have some people numbering about 100 all here looking on, Ita.
Yeah, we also know the Immigration Service have an office closer to the hotel. Has the fire affected that building? Hello, Salam.
All here looking on, Isa.
Yeah, Salam, I was asking if you could tell us about the situation, if the fire has affected the immigration offices. We know they have one office located near to that building.
Yes, the immigration office is right behind where the fire is. And where we don't know what is happening over there. But like I told you earlier, that particular structure is a wooden structure.
Salam, do you know if all the people in the hotel, those working at the GN Bank or BTA, have all been evacuated? Hello, Salam.
That is the information we were given, Ita.
Yeah, I didn't get that answer clear. I wanted to know if everybody was evacuated, people in the hotel at the time.
Yes, when we got here, we were told that everybody has been evacuated, and there is no casualty so far. Everybody has been evacuated. That is the information we were given, Isa.
Yeah, Selon, from the pictures we are seeing on the television, it doesn't look as if the situation is being brought under control. Can you confirm that?
Isa, not yet, because the fire tenders have moved away, and now nothing is really happening. The whole thing is just burning. You know, if I would describe this structure for you, if you know the Coconut Grove Regency Hotel very well, as soon as you enter, there is this structure on your right-hand side, and it is being supported by pillars, but the structure itself is wooden. It looks like what our colonial masters used to actually put up when they came to Ghana. It's pillars, and at the top is all wooden structure. And the way the fire is sweeping through the offices, it is quite worrying. And all those here, the eyewitnesses are wondering, they seem not to understand why 4 fire tenders could not bring the situation under control. But I believe that the technical men will be able to explain better, Isa, because they were able to get here on time. That is the information we were given, that they got here on time, but no one knows.
Yeah, Selom, we know it's a public place, and normally you see a lot of vehicles park around there in the big car park, inside, around the swimming pool area, and outside of the building, where all the vehicles moved away.
All vehicles were evacuated. They were moved out of the premises. And now the police actually have blocked this particular road. It is not accessible unless you have something to do here. So they've blocked, from the immigration office just before you turn right and join that road has been blocked. And then they've also blocked the end getting to where you join the main road, the Akwaje interchange. It has been blocked. It has been barricaded.
Salam, what we can see on our screen right now is explosive. Are you saying that the fire tenders have still not returned?
Yes, they have not returned, Isa.
So there's nothing happening now. It's just the fire burning willingly.
Nothing happening. All lookers seem to be very worried. And it's a worrying situation. It is a worrying situation.
All right, Salom Amenya, thank you very much. We're grateful for your reportage. And, viewers, you can see it on your screen. It's the Coconut Grove Hotels in Accra, which is on fire, and also the building. The BTA television station is also in that building. GN Bank, the Coconut Grove Hotel, also the immigration offices. It's around the Veterans Association of Ghana building, and that is where there's a fire outbreak on the Coconut Grove Hotel. We understand everybody was evacuated, all the vehicles were moved away, but there is no fire tender at the moment because they went there, they finished with the water in their tankers, and they have to go back and refill and come back. So at the moment, it's free fire and it's burning, bringing down the buildings. We're going back to the situation right now, as you can see on your screens. And our reporter is still Selom Amenya, who is still around the premises because everybody was asked to move away from the furnace because it is a danger. It is a risk for anybody to stay closer to the fire that is burning the Coconut Grove Hotel. And this building, BTA, GN Bank, and Coconut Grove Hotel belong to Dr. Papa Kwesi Ndom. If we can get that record straight, I'm sure. Yes, it belongs to him. And you can see some of the shots are not very clear, but at least at the background, you can also see some flashlights. I believe are some of the fire tankers that are really have gone to refill and are coming back to help and control the situation and bring the fire under control. Salom, what more can you tell us at the moment? What can you see?
It's not too clear whether the fire has swept through the bar, where we are told that the bar was close to the kitchen. But it keeps growing and growing, and we are still waiting upon the Ghana National Fire Service to come and bring this whole fire under control, Ita. And only eyewitnesses over here feel very, very worried because I don't know. It's
yeah, Saloma, I know it's a difficult situation trying to. Right. Yeah, Salam, if you have spoken to any of the...
Okay, Issa, we just saw that the Ghana National Fire Service attender has moved to where the immigration officers are, and I believe they are trying to put out the fire from that point because it is quite difficult entering the premises now, Issa.
All right. Coconut Grove Hotel was established 23 years ago in Ghana, and it is owned by Dr. Papa Kwesi Ndum, the 2016 flag bearer of the PPP. And also the hotel is a 3-star hotel with branches across the country. Also, we understand there is a branch of the GN Bank, which also belongs to Dr. Papa Kwesi Ndum, in that building, as well as the BTA television station. Salam, have you been speaking to any eyewitnesses around?
Yes, no, nobody is willing and ready to speak now. They are only saying things like they believe that the fire service did not do its work well, and some of them are saying things like that, you know. But they don't want to speak on camera. But they believe that the fire service should have done better.
So are you able to tell us where the fire started exactly? Is it from the BTA TV, GN Bank, or the Coconut Grove Hotel?
We are told that it started from the television station. And we just also got information that it is that same premises that also houses ATV. So it is not only BTA, it's ATV also in the same premises. And we are told the fire started from that point.
Yeah, all right. I know it's not an easy situation. If walking on the compound or car park around TV3, you can even smell the smoke of electrical wires and so on. Selam, so what is happening now? Have the fire tenders returned yet?
No, apart from the one that we are told went to the premises of the Ghana Immigration Service. Yes, Peter, as you can hear, the siren. The fire tender is returning, and this should be news. But we are told that there is one that is still working. There is one that is still working where the immigration officers are trying to put out the fire from behind. But this fire tender is coming, and it looks like another one is also about coming in either.
Right, we just moved away from a shot. Okay, we can see the fire tender returning Ghana National Fire Service to the situation to help bring the fire under control. Salam, which building exactly is that? Where is the fire tender entering?
Well, the fire tender came in and it looks like it is also going to the Immigration Service office. It looks like the premises is no longer safe or the right place to put out the fire. So it has moved and going all the way to the immigration office to try and do something about it.
How far away are you from the place? Is it 50 or 100 yards away?
I am just about 50 meters away from the premises, but I've gotten a little bit closer, and we can see in this shot, this is the exit entrance of the Coconut Grove. That is where we are standing now, and you can see the structure that I used to house the television stations and some offices of the GM Bank on fire.
Right, so some of the pictures are not exactly clear because the shots are being taken because of lack of lighting, and it is so dark that you can't see. But Salam, which building is on fire right now? We can see some the shots that you are giving us. Which building is that?
It is a building that houses the television station and also the GM Bank.
Right, but we're sure there's nobody in the building at the moment, right?
No, for that, no casualty. Everybody was moved out of the premises. Peter.
All right, so we can see some of the fire in our shots. It is the Coconut Grove Hotels in Accra, which also houses the BTA TV station, the GN Bank, which is on fire right now. The fire tenders run out of water, they move away, and one of them has just returned, and they're trying to bring the fire under control. You can see some people in your shot.
You can hear some of the workers wailing, and yes,
Salam, we can also hear, is it a voice of somebody wailing? Is it a woman or a man crying in the background?
Yeah, it's a woman. It's a woman, and she's really wailing. And yes,
Salam, what exactly the situation? Is it out of the loss of the building, the property, or a family or a friend or somebody she cannot find?
What we're thinking is that some of the guests who were evacuated, now they are taking them to Sakumono. I believe that there is a branch there. They are taking them and ensuring that they are safe. But the good news is that the hotel has not been touched or touched yet. It is just this building that houses the television station and the GM Bank that is really on fire.
Well, this is a terrible situation. We can see it on our screens right now. It is the building that harbors the BTA TV station, the GN Bank, and also the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra, in the North Ridge area, which is on fire at the moment. And our reporter on the ground is Solomon Menya, who has brought us a lot of updates on the situation there. The fire tenders have, one of them has to, the two of them ran out of water, and one has just returned, refilled, and trying to bring the situation under control. But as you can see in your shots, I think it is not really an easy battle, and we can hear the siren of maybe another tanker coming to support and help the situation and bring the fire under control. Salam, we understand Billy Anaglache is moving to the area. Have you spotted him around?
Well, we've not made contact with him yet, but we're hoping to get him and speak to him after Easter.
All right, I can see one other vehicle in your shot. Is it a fire tender which has just, stopped?
Yes, I believe she's a worker of maybe Coconut Grove, and she was the one wailing earlier. And it's here,
I can also see some mobile phones. Some people are taking, is it selfies or they are recording it for social media?
Yes, there are other media houses here, and some are also using their mobile phones to take shots of what is happening.
All right, Salam, can you get closer to the lady who was crying in the background, try and find out what her problem is or what, how it is affected? I can see another woman in your shot, and if you can get closer to them and try and get their side of the story.
I'll try and do that. I'll try and do that.
You're watching TV3, and this is a breaking news situation, and it is the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra, which is on fire. The building, we know, also has the BTA TV station inside, and also a branch of the GN Bank. And all these properties belong to Dr. Papa Kwesi Ndom. And he is the flag bearer of the PPP party in the 2016 election.
Hello, Issa.
Yeah, Salom, I can hear you. Any update?
Okay, we have Abraham here. He works at the hotel. We want to speak to him and find out how it all started.
Yes, Salom, go ahead and speak to him.
Okay. Hello, Abraham. Thank you very much for agreeing to speak to us. Tell us, were you around where the fire started?
Yes, I was around when it started, and then I was at the palace upstairs
and then they just run from there that the place is burning. This is the ATV where they have the program there. So we have to run there with the fire extinguisher and start exploding the extinguisher. Now, by the fire that is coming out, the extinguisher cannot stand the fire. So we have to give fire service number and they call them. Now when they call them through, the way the fire was coming out, they can't do anything. They come through, we don't see the way they are trying to penetrate the water to the fire. You see, before we realize the fire is coming west. It's coming west. We can't do anything.
Okay, but you're saying that the lady in the saloon came out to tell you there was fire.
Not the lady in the saloon. The lady who just went to the TV station to have the program. Yeah, they came out with the running and shouting, fire, fire, we need help. So they don't know what the extinguishers are. Because I'm a worker here, so I have to go for the fire extinguishers, then we see what we can do with the extinguishers. But unfortunately, we can't do anything because the fire extinguishers cannot stop that fire.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibrahim.
You're welcome.
All right, so you heard all for yourself. We've seen ECG also coming in, and I believe they've actually put off some of the supply to the area. Their vehicle just passed by us.
Salam, if you watch around, do you think some of the buildings around still have electricity? Are they? I mean, can you see some lighting or some bulbs in there on?
No, the whole place, okay, I can see one light. I don't know where it's coming from, but there is also a tower, but I believe that is not connected to the national grid. There is a tower that has this radiating light. There's some construction ongoing around Asiedu-Dartey, so I believe that it is a tower that they use in the construction that has those one red light and then a white one. But the whole area, for now, is in darkness.
Right, Salam, from where you stand, what can you tell us about the fire situation? Is it being brought under control now?
Yes, it is being brought under control. And like I told you earlier, the fire tender that is capable of going into the air 125 feet, you can see it very far from that point, from the Ghana Immigration Service point. The cameraman has zoomed in a little bit so you can see the water is being into the fire to douse it. And he is doing that from the immigration point. And there's another fire tender that entered the premises through the entrance that is also doing the same. I believe that within the shortest possible time, this will be brought under control. Now you can see, well, the smoke is away, so you can see the fire tender starting to douse the fire from the immigration service point. So that is what is happening here, Ita.
Right, Salam, we can still see some vehicles in the shot, and we can see some fire still burning in the background. And we can see something like maybe the fire tenders trying to put the fire out.
Yes, that is what is happening here, Ita. That is what is happening here, Ita. And the security men are ensuring that all the onlookers do not go beyond a certain limit because we are told that there could be some explosions, so it was necessary that we stayed away from some point.
Well, you're watching this breaking news situation on TV3, and
as you can see, the water from the fire tender, what is being used to douse the fire, and that is what is actually cut out of the premises down the gutter. And as you can see, it is mixed up with foam, meaning that a lot of water is going in to ensure that this fire is down.
All right, we can see some foamy water on the ground swimming away. Salam, is that from the fire tender?
More fire tenders coming in.
All right, is that an indication that there's a lot of water around to douse and bring the fire under control?
Yes.
You're watching TV3, and this is the breaking news situation, and it is the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra, which also houses the ATV GN Bank It's on fire and it is near the immigration offices in Accra, North Ridge, and we also understand part of the immigration offices has also been affected by the fire. There are a few fire tenders on the premises trying to bring the fire under control, but as you can see on your screen, I'm sure this is a very difficult situation for them. Two of them went out to refill, one is returned. I saw another one just in the shot, and we hope that they will get more fire tenders and bring the situation under control. It is a breaking news situation on TV3. Salam, can you move closer to any of the fire officers and try and speak to them and find out what other efforts they are making to bring the fire under control?
That is what we are trying to do. But everybody looks very busy now, but we're trying very hard to get some of the technical men, especially the fire service, to tell us what is happening, whether to call for backup or reinforcement of a sort to ensure that they are able to bring the situation under control.
All right, I can see one fire tender in your shot. Is it trying to move away or it has just returned with water?
It is trying to enter the premises. You see, because of the size of the entrance, this one, for instance, has to go by reversing into the premises. And these are.
All right, we can see in the shot the signboard Coconut Grove Hotel in the Accra. So, viewers, that is the location. That is where the building is on fire, and we can see a fire tender that has just returned, trying to enter the building and support the one that is already on the premises to bring the fire under control. And we also understand that as at the time of reporting, everybody has been evacuated. There are no persons on the premises of the hotel, but we understand everybody, the hotel was evacuated. The GN Bank, everybody was asked to leave, and the fire which started from the ATV station, also everybody in that building, they were all asked to leave. We're not sure. At the end of the situation, we'll find out. Well, you can see the fire tender pumping some water onto the fire, trying to douse it to bring it under control. And it is the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra that is on fire at the moment, as you can see on your screens. You're watching TV3, and this is the breaking news situation. A fire has engulfed the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra, and the building also houses the ATV GN Bank. And Coconut Grove Hotel was established back 23 years ago in Ghana. It is owned by Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom. He is the flag bearer of the PPP in the last election, the 2016 general election. It is also a 3-star hotel with branches across the country. Right, and you're watching News 360, and you can see the foaming water swimming on your screens. It's not an easy ride, given it is from the fire tenders who are trying to bring the fire under control at the Coconut Grove Hotel. You're watching TV3. We will take a break now, and we'll bring you more during News 360. Please stay with us. We're grateful to our reporter, Stella Mamenya, who brought us all the updates from the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra.
Hello, good evening. You're watching News 360 from the News Hub. I am Portia Gabo.
And I'm Mr. Morning. Stay with us right now as we bring you the headlines for tonight.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by...
And the breaking news this hour, fire guards Coconut Grove Regency Hotel destroying property worth thousands of cedis.
15-year-old girl shot dead in renewed Nkonya-Alavanyo conflict.
We'll go to the Ashanti region where Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly set to reintroduce sanitation police to promote sanitary conditions within the city.
And then in international news, Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta blames huge voter turnout for chaos at his party's primaries on Friday.
We have details coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
Right, you're on News 360 and we're going back to the Coconut Grove Hotel, which is on fire. We understand the hotel is on fire, as we've shown you a couple of moments ago. The hotel is owned by the 2016 PPP flag bearer and business mogul, Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom. And the place caught fire late Saturday afternoon, and the hotel's compound houses, the GN Bank, as well as BTA TV, all belonging to Group Indom. Although the cause of the fire is yet to be determined, TVT reporter Salam Amenya reports it may have possibly started from the television station. And from the pictures that we've shown you, we saw smoke which also flew over the offices of TV3 as far as about 200 meters away from the building. And we will go back to the situation and speak to Selam Amenya, our reporter, who can bring us an update on the situation. Hello, Selam, if you can hear us, what update can you bring us at the moment?
Hello?
Yeah, Selam, what can you tell us about the situation at the Coconut Grove Hotel? Has the fire been brought under control?
Yes, sir, but then what happened was that we have now come into the premises of the Ghana Immigration Service, and we're told that there is a fire hydrant in the premises, and because of that, workers of the Ghana Immigration Service who are around, they've moved all these car tires that were parked behind the building, right behind the structure that is on fire. They've removed all the tires to make way or access to the fire, the hydrant. That is what is happening here, and we are told that some government officials are going to be here soon. So we are waiting to get them and speak to them either.
Yeah, Salam, we've just noticed that we're seeing a lot of vehicle tires on your screen.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That we were told that there was a location where there was a fire hydrant. So it means that the tender accessed water from that point. And these tires were parked at that particular place. And as you can see, the building, a portion of the building or a section of the building just came down. I don't know if you heard a loud scream. And we are trying to get there. If you can just hold on a second. We are at the Immigration Service premises, and this is right behind the structure that is on fire. If you can see in your spot, the structure that is on fire. And this one is from the Immigration Service point of view. This one is actually from the Immigration Service point of view. And this is where that we are told that the fire hydrant is. That was why the tires were removed from the place in other fire service hydrants.
Yeah, Salam, we can see a building on fire right now. Which building is that?
The building is the same building, the same building that houses ATV and then the BCA and also the GN. That is what is on fire. And as you can see, the fire has raised the crossing where the BC station was all the way to, this is like the midsection of the structure.
I can see somebody trying with a fire extinguisher. I mean, is that the most sensible and secure thing to do right now?
You know, everybody wants to help. I don't know, but everybody wants to help because it looks like the fire tender, they've run out of water. So people are now trying something.
All right. Well, you're watching this breaking news situation live on TV3, and it is the Coconut Grove Hotel, which also houses the BTV GN Bank, and it is near the immigration offices in Accra. All right, and our reporter there is Salom Amenya, who has been bringing us an update on the situation. And yeah, Salom, you are giving us some shots right now. What is happening?
Yes, this is right behind the structure. And the fire tenders have run out of water again, like we experienced earlier. And so now everybody is actually looking on helping. That's why you see some people trying to use extinguishers, some buckets of water, and they were trying to douse the fire.
Right. Salom Amenya, broadcast journalist from TV3 on the premises of Coconut Grove Hotel, bringing us an update on the building that has caught fire. The building also houses the BTV station as well as the GN Bank. So, Portia, I'm sure you'll be watching from the background what we've been doing. So I'm sure you can also have an input. Now, maybe you may like to ask a few questions, put a few questions to Salom Amenya.
Yes, and Salom, what is the difficulty in putting out the fire?
We have 4 fire tenders here, and what is happening is that they are not able to put out the fire, and then they run out of water. So they have to go back and get some more water and come. And the period between them going back to get the water and coming back, by the time they come back, the fire would have actually and it is really
And Salom, from what we are seeing, we've seen now, I think almost everyone is trying to help. Early on, we saw some personnel of the Ghana Police Service also trying to put out the fire.
Yes, we have the Ghana Police Service here. We have the immigration service. We are actually in the premises of the immigration service to get a better view of the structure that is on fire. Everybody is trying to help. All hands on deck. That is what it is. We just saw an explosion. I don't know if you saw it. There was an explosion right now, and I mean, well.
So does this suggest that Ghana National Fire Service, they have inadequate personnel to put out the fire?
Come again, Portia.
I'm saying, does this suggest that personnel of the Ghana National Service, they are inadequate to put out the fire?
Okay. Structure behind the immigration office, and that also had been affected. And we don't know what actually that structure does, what it is for. But we see some personnel of the immigration service trying to ensure that it doesn't extend to that point. We think that the fire service, it looks like that there is a tender on the other side that is also trying to douse the fire from that point. That is the northern section of the building. And we can hear sirens. It looks like the fire tender is returning. So this small structure here behind the main office inside the Ghana Immigration Service is been affected, and they are trying to ensure it is at the roof, and they are trying to ensure that it doesn't extend.
Now, Salam, we know that the Coconut Grove Hotel is owned by Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom. Have you seen him around?
Yeah, I've not seen him around. Workers of the place, that is the TV station, and also the bank and the hotel who are around, some who were wailing earlier and expressing shock at what has happened. And gradually you can see it is left, I can count about 5 windows, and this should be like about 3 rooms that is left as far as this structure is concerned. And gradually the fire is coming gradually to the very last room. It is now at the roof as far as the last background room is concerned, and that is where we are told is an office for investment. It's part of the GN Bank offices.
So these are live pictures from the Coconut Grove Hotel. It was established 23 years ago in Ghana and owned by Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom, the 2016 flag bearer of the PPP. The hotel is a 3-star one with branches across the country. And just this afternoon, fire engulfed the hotel, and the hotel compound houses the GN Bank as well as BTA TV, all belonging to Group Indom. And although the cause of the fire is yet to be determined, we know that it may have possibly started from the television station, and billows of smoke could be seen emanating from the top floor of one of the structures engulfed by the fire. And the Ghana Police Service and Fire Service are also there to keep the fire under control, but there is a difficulty as they have run out of water, and the hotel is also close to the headquarters of the Ghana Immigration Service, and there are fears that it may spread over there, Isa.
Right, and that's why we've seen some officers of the Ghana Immigration Service fighting the fire from their point of view. We've seen some individuals also trying to spray some chemicals on the fire, trying to douse it to make sure it goes down. It doesn't look exactly hopeless from now. Right, it doesn't look like a hopeless situation. Everybody is making they're putting in their small efforts to make sure they control the fire. What we don't know is whether somebody is directing how the fire should be fought. And Salam, if you can hear us, have you spotted Billy Anaglate around?
Not yet. I'm told he is around, but I've not spotted him yet. But another worrying situation is that where we are currently also houses the gen set for the Ghana Immigration Service. That is where the gen set is housed, and you know what comes with the gen set fuel. So we are to ensure that this fire does not extend to their premises. And we are told that the hotel itself, Coconut Grove, today they just filled their gas, and they are using not just cylinders, but a very huge tank. And so it is a very worrying situation that we are praying that the fire service is able to bring this fire under control in a little bit.
So, right. Salam, can you confirm if everyone has been evacuated?
Yes, everybody has been evacuated. There is nothing like casualty to fire this incident is concerned. There is nothing like it. And as you can see, it has moved to the last one up now. It has moved to the roof, actually on fire now. And that is the way it starts. Everybody here is complaining that this has taken too long. It has taken too long to bring this fire under control because we are told it started around 4:30 p.m. And we are still here. We are told that the gas that they are talking about, you can see it floating here. We are told that the gas that they are talking about, that is for the Coconut Grove, that was still today. It's just after the very last car where the fire is going. So it means that all hands will have to be on deck. I don't know if it's possible for other fire stations to join in this fight. I don't know, but I believe that something needs to be done. We are still in the premises of the immigration service. That is where we are now. Okay, so Pasha, we can also see the NADMO has joined in. NADMO has also joined in, and that the fire will be doused or brought under control soon. I think, I believe it's a government official or somebody who's coming in. We just had a lot of speaking. We believe that maybe it's a government official that has just come in.
Salam, which shot are you giving us right now?
Yes, we are trying to get on the camera who the government official who just came in. That is what we are trying to do. We are trying to do that.
What we're seeing right now, it is not exactly a fire situation. Does it mean the fire has been brought under control from the shots we're seeing right now?
No, this is the premises, the yard of the Ghana Immigration Service. And I believe it's more like the safest place now. But right behind us is where the structure is bent. See the light, the camera has actually put it there. You can see it is the fire that has brightened up that place like that.
It looks like they are discussing a strategy, trying to find out how to fight the fire. Can you take us back to where the fire is? So for our viewers to see exactly what is happening.
Okay, so as you can see, I was telling you earlier that this structure is more of a structure supported by and then bricks.
Right.
And so the earlier shot showed you where the fire was just at the roof. Now it has actually swept through the roof, and the windows are breaking because they are made of glass. And I can see the last room is almost being also swept through by fire. That is what is up.
Yeah, a while ago you spoke about the return of one of the fire tenders with some sirens blowing in the background. We can also see some of the fire in your shot right now. Has the tender returned? What is it doing right at the moment?
No, it was not a fire tender, but it was on government. We are yet to identify who that is. We are yet to identify who that is. After we are still waiting on the fire tender. Like I said earlier, between they go to refill and come back, a lot happens. And as you can see, the windows coming off and documents in there being raised by the fire.
Now, Salam, can you tell us the extent of damage at the hotel? Is it just a portion of the hotel or the whole hotel?
No, it's just a portion. You know Coconut Grove very well. When enter through, they have the enter or the exit gate. When you enter, there is this place on your right hand side, and they have a saloon. They also have the GM Bank offices. They have the ATV and BTA, all of them in that premises. It's a wooden structure. It's actually a one-story, and the top is a wooden structure. Beneath is some bricks that have been used as pillars to hold the structure, and that is the structure that is on fire. And there's a place where it connects to a bar, and then to the restaurant, and then to the kitchen. That is where they also have the swimming pool, if you know the Coconut Grove very well. But all these places, we saw smoke there, but there's not been fire actually. It is this structure that has been on fire since 4:30.
All right, Salam, we're grateful, and I saw a window collapsing under the strength of the fire a while ago. Right, you're watching News 360, and we will bring you moments from the early pictures that we got from the Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra. And keep watching TV3, and you're watching live pictures from the Coconut Grove Hotel, which we've told you about, that the hotel is on fire, and the building houses the television station and also the GN Bank. Now let's go back to early pictures from the Coconut Grove Hotel when we were told that the building is on fire, and we tried to speak to our reporter Selom Amenya. These are pictures of how the situation started, what we saw early this afternoon on TV3.
We understand that it started around 4:30 p.m. and even people at TV3, we could see smoke billowing from the premises of the Coconut Grove Regency Hotel. And although the cause of the fire is yet to be determined, we understand that it may have possibly started from the television station.
Right. And the hotel is close to the headquarters of the Ghana Immigration Service at North Ridge in Accra.
So these are the pictures, smoke billowing from the top floor room of one of the structures which was engulfed by fire. Then the personnel of the Ghana Police Service and Ghana National Fire Service were over there trying to put the fire under control. However, they ran into difficulties. Yes,
the tenders had to go and refill and return, and they ran out of water again. And we are also told that the officers of the Ghana Immigration Service was affected by this, and they also fought the fire from their premises. And we saw now individual efforts trying to fight the fire. It's quite a pretty difficult situation, and as we're told, we know the structure and the companies and the businesses, and they belong to Dr. Papa Kwesi, the flag bearer of the PPP in the 2016 elections.
As at now, no casualty has been recorded, and we understand that workers were also evacuated. You're still watching News 360. We have more coming up shortly. Do stay with us. You're still watching News 360, and the breaking news this hour: fire engulfs Coconut Grove Regency Hotel. We will bring you updates on this developing story, but let's go to the Volta region, where there is a situation at hand over there, because a 15-year-old girl has been shot dead, bringing the death toll in the renewed Nkonya-Alavanyo clashes to 3. This happened Friday when gunshots by unknown persons hit the girl in the neck. Meanwhile, the Volta Regional Security Council and the Military High Command have appealed to the feuding communities to cease fire and come forward with credible information.
Journalists, you see? Yeah.
The renewed fighting followed the killing of 2 palm wine tappers from Nkonya Ahinkro on Wednesday. Residents say sporadic gunshots were heard from the volatile area throughout Friday. This reportedly intensified around 5 p.m. when gunshots by unknown persons were heard close to Nkonya Tai. Even though the military and police responded to keep the unknown men at bay, a 15-year-old girl was hit by a bullet in the neck, leading to her death. There was exchange of gunfire between the unknown gunmen stationed on a hill called Toje and the military and police stationed in the communities. The gunmen came back firing from the hilltop again by 8 o'clock Saturday morning. The visiting Volta Regional Security Council, led by the regional minister, Archibald Lecha, was unhappy.
No, people are being attacked in their homes. People are being attacked in the outskirts of Nkunya, outskirts of Alavanyu. That's the problem. It's nothing to do with the disputed land. So it is pure crime, and we have to investigate it.
The General Officer commanding the Southern Command of the Ghana Armed Forces, Brigadier General Thomas Opompepra, called for calm.
So we are appealing to you that you collaborate with all the security services, the police, the military, and all other security agencies, so that anybody who falls, who violates the law, should be brought, to face the law. When we get that emotion, then it gives us, those of us, to ensure peace and security, the momentum to maintain the peace.
Meanwhile, military and police presence in the area is being beefed up to increase surveillance and security.
It's another worrying situation over there, and that conflict has gone on for about 95 years. Very serious situation.
So many years at the moment, we're not really expecting it to come back, and then when you think that it's over, just when it pops up again. Well, there's still some more to focus on from the Alavanyo area, and the police are yet to make any arrest 3 days after unknown assailant shot and killed 2 persons from Nkonya Ahinkro and injured 1. Peter Kwadato reports the remains of the deceased and the injured were retrieved by some youth from Nkonya Ahinkro.
The Nkonya-Alavanyo conflict has been a perennial one, dating as far back as 1923 over land dispute. It's lingered on and almost becoming an annual affair. The latest incident is the reported shooting of some youth from Nkonya Ahinkro who were tapping palm wine close to the town. 2 victims reportedly died on the spot, but the third was rushed to the Volta Regional Hospital where he is currently on admission. According to the residents, the police declined to visit the crime scene to retrieve the remains of the deceased and even the injured, who at the time was in a critical condition, citing insecurity. It took the bravery of some youth groups to put their lives at stake for the sake of their community.
But our concern, as I'm saying now, is police are not being able to visit the place of crime, which is unusual. It's now getting 48 hours now. Immediately there's a crime, police have the mandate to go and visit there so that the clues would not be tampered with.
We were told security was beefed up on Thursday, April 20. Yet, the military deployment only drove through Nkonya Ahinkro Township to the temporary camp at Asiedu-Dartey without any reference to where the incident occurred. By 11 Friday morning, another team of military personnel arrived in the town together with few police investigators from Ho, led by the regional crime officer, Superintendent Wanda Koku Dogbevia. They held a closed-door discussion with the traditional leaders of Nkonya Ahinkro before returning to Kwando. The police later confirmed there has been no arrest and they yet to visit the crime scene.
The environment now is not favorable for the security to proceed to the scene. So at the appropriate time, we'll visit the scene. We'll go as early as possible after we have finished assessing the security situation.
The paramount queen of the Nkonya traditional area, Nana Otubia, is saddened by the development.
The disputed land is about 10 or more miles from where this incident occurs. So we ask that why? Is it that the Alavanyo people are waiting for us to cultivate our farms, and when the produce is ready and we are going for it, they come and attack us? They would never attack us when it's farming season.
They called on the Inspector General of Police to intervene to ensure safety of lives and property.
Away from the Volta region, let's see what's happening in the Ashanti region, and we understand that pests suspected to be armyworms have invaded several cocoa farms in the Asiedu-Dartey municipality. Affected farmers say they are recording huge losses despite the application of pesticides to control the disease. A report by Ibrahim Abubakar.
The invasion of the worms on cocoa farms in Atia, Amampama and Kona, among other cocoa growing communities in the Asiedu-Dartey municipality, is likely to affect the 1 million metric tons target of cocoa production in the country if immediate measures are not put in place to address it. Several acres of cocoa farms in the affected areas have been destroyed by the worms and continue to spread to other farms. While some farmers have managed to harvest half of their expected produce, others have lost everything. Isaac Nyaku works on a 4-acre cocoa farm. He lost all his investment on the 4-acre land last year when the worms invaded his farm. The 46-year-old farmer replanted again, and 3 out of the 4 acres have again been invaded by the worms.
We don't get the production quantity we expect. It does not help both farmers and government for development.
20 million. 1 million bit me at my company now.
Another cocoa farmer, Thomas Muller, said he experienced the invasion last year but was not as severe as this year. He pleaded with the government to fast-track moves to assist them control the spread of the worms to other farms.
Last year, by now and yet,
it happened last year, but on a smaller scale. The worms eat around the cocoa pod and also destroy the cocoa leaves. We appeal to the government for help and any other NGO that wants to help us.
The Asiedu-Dartey district chief cocoa farmer Nana Kofi Mpieni feared Ghana may not be able to achieve its target of producing 1 million tons of cocoa if the invasion of the army worms on cocoa farms is not controlled. The Asiedu-Dartey Agric Extension Officer Solomon Kuma confirmed that the pests that have invaded the cocoa farms are army worms. He said the concern of the farmers came to their notice on Friday and that the affected farms will be sprayed on Monday to control spread to other farms.
So we came in and then it's true, we saw there is a problem with armyworm at Atia. So we immediately called the office and then they made the necessary arrangement that we should have the farmers' name written down, their signatures and other things, that we can write way bills based on that one and then bring the chemical to them on Monday for them to just spray. So we've organized the farmers, their machines and everything. So immediately on Monday morning, I think the spraying will just start.
The worms eat around the cocoa pod and produce some black spot impeding its growth. The army worms have currently invaded cocoa farms in Mampontein, Kona, Atia, Buamai and Amampama, all in the Ashanti region. Farmers have been advised to report any unusual pest invasion on their farms to their district agric office to avert severe loss.
And let's remain in the Ashanti region and talk about sanitation now. The Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly is to reintroduce sanitation police to ensure a clean environment in the city. The sanitation police would educate residents on sanitation issues and also ensure strict enforcement of KMA bylaws on sanitation. Benjamin Edu reports.
Sanitation in Kumasi is poor. Filth has engulfed most parts of the city. Drains are choked with garbage and human excreta. Open spaces, which should serve as recreational grounds, have become defecating and dumping sites for all kinds of waste. The mayor of Kumasi, Asiedu-Dartey, and his team visited the Dompoase landfill site in Kumasi to ascertain the progress of work and challenges facing them. He expressed the Assembly's determination to address sanitation challenges in the city.
That is why from yesterday we have not slept. We are going around. That is why we are here. Because if we evacuate it, we have to bring it here. So that is why we are here, to see that the landfill is proper. So if the landfill is there, then the next thing is that you go back and make sure you have the human capital, you have the vehicles to cut them and bring them here. And apart from that, also to talk to those who generate the waste.
The team also visited Asafo refuse dump sites in Brotia and Brokrom, where refuse had piled up for months, now posing health hazards for residents. Asiedu-Dartey promised the Assembly will do everything possible to save the situation.
You're still watching News 360, and the breaking news this hour has engulfed the Coconut Grove Regency Hotel, and personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service are trying so hard to bring the fire under control. And shortly we will go to the Coconut Grove Regency Hotel, and the fire started around 4:30 p.m. Currently what we know is that workers have been evacuated and no casualty have been recorded, and personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service are trying so hard so that the fire does not spread to Ghana Immigration Service as well as other buildings around the area. So we'll bring you updates shortly. Very soon, Salom Amenya will join us for updates on the situation at the Coconut Grove Hotel. Meanwhile, before that, let's continue with our story. Sandoche Hene Osajefo Amweto for opinion has accused some licensed small-scale miners of giving out part of their land to people who engage in galamsey for money. Sandoche Hene was speaking on TV3 current affairs program Hot Issues.
They come in legally, and before you know, the whole place is a mess. They have stopped mining in Johannesburg. They have transformed the city. They are creating jobs. How long are we going to mine? Are we going to leave some of this deposit underneath the land for our future generation? Why should we mine everything that we see in our time?
The Ochehene Osajefo Amweto for opinion stressed the need to use force to stop illegal miners in their tracks.
These guys will not stop until we put coercive force to dismantle the operation. And then we will think what we're going to do with the damaged land and the water bodies that have been polluted. We have to stop them because it has happened before. If we don't sustain it, they are going to come back.
The Ochehene is of the view that for the ban on galamsey to be sustained, there is the need to create jobs for the people.
We need to create jobs in this country. We need to find alternative livelihoods for these guys. We need to make sure that we can plant trees and do something, educate our people. Part of the responsibility of government is to create jobs so you can kill poverty. This thing is economically driven and poverty driven.
On 60 years of Ghana's independence, Osajefo Amweto for opinion said Ghana has not lived up to its potential. He explained at independence, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was of the conviction that 15 years on, Ghana would be an industrialized nation.
Mind you, at the time that we were at par with South Korea, Malaysia, Singapore. In fact, the then government said that by the turn of the century, Ghana, together with these countries, would be a first nation. We're not. We have not loved this nation anymore. We don't do things that make the nation look good.
And before we return to the situation at the Coconut Grove Hotel, calm has been restored at Agbogbloshie after violent clashes erupted Tuesday, April 11, 2017. Meanwhile, the joint security forces comprising the military and police continue to patrol the area until the situation normalizes.
Ethnic-related attacks among slum dwellers are not new in Agbogbloshie. 3 persons, including a pregnant woman, died following clashes at Agbogbloshie in Accra last 2 weeks, with many injured.
Trading activities here at the Agbogbloshie Yam Market came to an abrupt end following a feud between some factions of the slum dwellers. And as you can see behind me, the traders are back to business, going about their normal duties without any disturbances.
20 formed police unit officers with 4 water cannons were present as the search is still ongoing to clamp down on suspicious characters and vehicles. The formed barricade that was erected to cordon off the area has now been removed. Information given us by the police indicated that 1 person was arrested last 4 days trying to transport ammunition to the northern region. The suspect is currently in police grips, assisting in further investigations. Some of the traders at the Konkomba Yam Market prayed for peace to prevail to enable them go about their normal trading activities.
So we want the government to let the place to be peace for us, because if we say our people should reiterate, it will bring another problem. So he has already lost his life. So we have to maintain that one and keep the place peaceful.
The secretary of the Kukumba Yam Market, Asiedu-Dartey, says a meeting has been scheduled between leaders of both sides to help maintain lasting peace in the area.
We are doing our best as a leadership for the market to maintain peace so that the business can thrive. Konkwama Youth Association, the president himself has also come to add his voice to what we have always been saying, that there should be peace.
Clashes in April 2015 between the Gumbes and Zamberima traders left 4 people, including a police officer, injured. Also, a clash in November 2014 left 2 people dead.
And you're watching News 360, and as we've been telling you all afternoon, the Coconut Group Hotel in Accra is on fire. The building houses the ATV and also the GN Bank, Dr. Indon's businesses, on fire. We will return to the situation and bring an update with our reporter Selom Amenyon, who is still waiting to gather some more information. Then we'll be speaking to him. News 360 will return shortly.
Good evening. Welcome back to News 360 here on TV3. My name is Anako Jafre with the sports update. And Ghana coach Kwesi Appiah is not wasting time to begin work. Appiah, who has been reappointed as Black Stars coach, was spotted at the Elwak Sports Stadium as Liberty Professionals beat Inter Allies 4-1 penalties in the FA Cup round of 64 match in Accra. The ex-Ghana captain has hit the ground running on his return to the position he left 3 years ago. The former Al Hatum coach gave a clear indication of his commitment to building a strong home-based national team and monitoring of local game a priority. Appiah joined other coaches Maxwell Konedu, Ibrahim Tanko and Prince Owusu and Yapreko in the stands to watch the game. Now let's bring you the result from the MTN FA Cup for games that were played earlier today. And shocking and surprising is the fact that Indiana Stars, Ashanti Gold have all been kicked out of the competition. Asukwa Deportivo kicked out Ashanti Gold 3-2 on penalties. RTU also kicked out Bolga All Stars. Bolga All Stars kicked out RTU 3-2 on penalties too as well. And then Liberty Professionals beating Inter Allies by 4-2. Bechem United 1-2-0 against the Youth Apostles, and 11 Wonders accounted for Indiana's exit from the competition. In women's football, the 2016-2017 National Women's League champions Ampem Dakon Ladies earlier today beat Police Ladies by 2-0 at the Babaya Sports Stadium in Kumasi to win the Women's Super Cup. Goals from Mavis Owusu and Fio Amdia was enough to see the league champions walk away with the trophy ahead of the commencement of the 2017-2018 National Women's League. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Youth and Sports has promised to support less finance sports to help promote the sports to a higher level. The Deputy Sports Minister, Pius Enem Hazedi, told TV3 Sports after the Ghana senior national cricket team qualified for the World Cup Division 5 League.
The national team of the Cricket Association that just participated in the International Cricket Council's WCL qualifier that was held in South Africa. And they did the nation proud. They won the trophy. They also won the best batsman. They also won the best bowler of the tournament. The Honorable Minister received them. And if you check the records, the cricket people are doing very well. We have committed ourselves to ensuring that whatever support that they can get to be able to excel at the World Championships, we should be able to provide for them. We will speak with the Office of His Excellency the President to see if there is an opportunity for us to take the team and the coach to meet with the president and present the trophy. They have done well. We have congratulated them, and we need Ghana to support them.
I'm very, very happy for we achieving this trophy because of the hard work, the determination we put in training. Hard work always pays. We achieving this. After winning this tournament, we've gained another promotion to the World League. That is another level of the game. That level is much tougher.
Now let's take a quick look at the results from the English Premier League from games that were played earlier today, where West Ham and Everton drew goalless in that particular game. But Bournemouth beat Middlesbrough by 4-0. Hull City were 2-0 winners against Watford. Swansea City beat Stoke City by 2-0. Meanwhile, other fixtures coming up, we'll see Burnley host Manchester United and Liverpool also hosting Crystal Palace.
And tonight in this segment, Van Veka says his reign as vice president of the Ghana Actors Guild will see unity. The famous actor added his interest in the position is as a result of his passion to see the movie industry prosper. He shared his plans with Adjoa Amofose.
I wanted the ground to open so I go right in.
You should have known better. But you didn't shit there.
I know, right? I messed up. Damn.
Van Veka says the perception of disunity between the old and young actors, as well as between the Accra-based actors and their colleagues in Kumasi, must be resolved. This, he said, has aroused his interest in the bid for the vice president of the Actors Guild. He believes his involvement will motivate others to join the guild.
We need to unite as a group. I've been to a number of meetings, and that's one of the biggest concerns. It's like we are not one. And in order for us to build, in order for us to ignite these policies or implement these policies, we need to be one. A good number of my kind have spoken to me and encouraged me because they also are tired of sitting on the fence. They want to come in, they want to have a say.
Veka said his vision for the guild is to revive the interest of his colleague actors and actresses to be part of the movie industry. He reiterated that the guild needs competent individuals to execute and implement realistic plans to move it forward. Talking about his joint campaign with Abeku Sego and Papani, the father of three said based on his ideologies, the two had the expertise to plan and initiate innovations that would be beneficial to members. The 39-year-old superstar, who has 9 movies to his credit as the sole producer, cleared the air on his refusal to star in other movies.
I have featured in a lot more movies since I started doing my own. And I know some people have been spreading rumors that nowadays Van doesn't act in anybody's movies except his. Absolutely not true.
And you're watching News 360, and we're going back to the situation at the Coconut Grove Hotel. As we've been telling you the whole afternoon, Coconut Grove Hotel in Accra is on fire. The building houses the ATV, GN Bank, and these are all businesses belonging to the PPP flag bearer for 2016 election, Dr. Papa Kwesi Indrum. We know the fire has destroyed properties that were worth thousands of Ghana cedis. And at the time of reporting, we know that nobody has been injured. People were evacuated from the building. The vehicles were moved away from the building before the fire got out of hand. And at the moment, we're being told that the fire has been brought under some kind of control. It's not been put out exactly. And we'll bring you more updates on News at 10 later tonight on TV3. And keep watching. We'll bring you the details as soon as we're able to gather more. We're hoping to speak to our reporter, broadcast journalist, Selom Amenya, who is right back at the Coconut Grove. Selom, can you hear me? It's difficult to get in touch with Selom at the moment due to technical difficulties, but we will be able to speak to him and then bring you more details on the Coconut Grove Hotel situation in Accra on News at 10 later tonight.
And that's it for News 360. Thanks so much for your company. I am Portia Gabo.
And I'm Issa Moni. Have a good evening.
News 360.